All right, everybody, want to take a second to talk to you about an amazing sponsor. We have an amazing relationship with RayAllen.com. Ray Allen is a one-stop shop for everything dog, not just working dogs. Everything dog that you need, you can go down there, check them out, RayAllen.com. Awesome people. They got everything you need.
Another one of our favorite partnerships is with Dogtra. They've been with us from the start. Great collars, great ball poppers, great GPS tracking, big dog, small dog, bark collars, everything. I got everything like that they have at the kennel. We use it every day. Be sure to head them up, dogtra.com. Listen for the discount code later in the episode.
HITS 2023 is being held in Scottsdale, Arizona. I hear they have at the hotel, they have like this super high-end shopping outside, and I think you can go surfing in the desert, which I'm super looking forward to. Anyway, Scottsdale, Arizona, August 15th to the 18th. So hurry up and register now to save a spot and make sure you get a room.
Take the guesswork out of making sure you're feeding your working dog correctly by using Kinetic Dog Food. Hit them up at kineticdogfood.com and look them up on the Instagrams at Kinetic Dog Food. Take all the guesswork out and do it right from the beginning.
We love Horizon Structures. Dude, this stuff is so awesome, man. You can get online. You can talk to them. You could build it you want from mild to wild. They'll come bring it to your place, set it down on your pad, hook up your power, hook up your water, and you can put dogs in it that day. If you don't believe me, check out some guys like Justin Rigney's got a great setup there. Ask him. Check him out, horizonstructures.com. All right, everybody, Working Dog Radio broadcasting the bite. I said that 400 times and screwed it up.
Broadcasing.
Broadcasting.
Either way.
Yeah, broadcasting. Totally different meaning. Live, so-ish, so to speak, from the Hold the Line, I almost said Blue Line. They've so many name changes, but Hold the Line Canine Conference here in sunny downtown Pittsburgh. Every year it's freezing cold here. Every year. But whatever. I used to stay in the hotel and don't go anywhere. I brought shorts. I'm like, I'm inside. I'm wearing shorts. It's freezing in there a couple places, so I'm not wearing shorts. So anyways, I'm Eric Stambro. As always with me is the wonderful Ted Summers, who's not in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Ted, what is happening?
Yeah, we just finished up lunch and running around getting people to come here and sit down with us for a little bit and do some interviews. And I made a couple changes to my PowerPoint for tomorrow to kind of shorten it up a little bit. There's some slides I took out, but by and large, I'm ready to do the PowerPoint. And then as soon as I get done, I got to head back to Tulsa because I got dogs to train.
Yep.
So
My class, I talked up to the minute.
Yes, you did. You did.
2 hours, or just an hour and 59 minutes.
There was a lot of people in there, and there was a lot of engagement after. We had a lot of people ask. I actually kind of helped out. I jumped in because we had some guys like waiting in line, and they started asking me because I knew what you're going to say. So, but yeah, I mean, it was if nothing else, it was at least thought provoking, and people are like, "Oh no, shit, I can use." You're like, yeah,
some of it. Take one thing at least. And my favorite part about the conflict part of that is I'm talking and guys are shaking their head. Because I'm talking right at them.
Well, and that's the thing. And like we used to say it all the time, right? Like when people would show up at HRDs, like we're not judging you as a human being based on your dog's performance, right? So, and we tell them, like you ask them, how many people have sticky outs? And like maybe a fifth of the room raised their hand. And I don't know if you heard me in the back of the room. I was like, the rest of you are fucking lying.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
And like the other fucking 5/6 of you are lying. So... or 4/5 or whatever, but yeah. So I mean, and I don't think people took it as like you did a great job of presenting it that way. It's like if you do this, you suck. You're like, no, well, I just know, and it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It's just you just don't know,
right?
So,
yeah. And I didn't know until just not too long ago. You know what I mean?
So
I wanted to shout out the Nebraska guys we met yesterday. They were in class.
Yeah.
Saw them. I said, we'll shout out the Nebraska guys. They've been listening to the podcast for a long time.
We had dinner with the New Mexico boys. Some of Kevin Sheldall, one of our former guests from first hits time. Some of Kevin Sheldall guys are out here from New Mexico. So
they drove here too. They make them drive.
Drove from New Mexico.
Yeah,
can you even do that?
Fly. Yeah. Well, as long as you're not bringing Coors back over across state lines. I just watched that movie again. It still holds up. So, anyways, what do we got going on now?
So, when we do these conferences, we try and do at least one of the 501s. There's multiple 501s around that are related to canine. Last year, we did Brady's Canine Fun. This year, we ran into somebody out on the conference floor that was like, yo, listen to the podcast and whatever. And he has a 501 also that's not necessarily on the equipment side. But instead of trying to explain it, I'll let him do it. So we have Joe Gionti from Canine's Heroes for Heroes. So
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate you letting me come on. And I was able to sit in your lecture and found it quite informative, and was able to actually bring some of the stuff that you were talking about. I'm going to bring it back to the service dog training side of things. It was definitely helpful, and like you said, there were a lot of heads shaking yes, and the room was packed.
Yeah.
There definitely was standing room only, and Loki made his presence known as
Yeah,
well.
well, I could hear him. I just started giggling. I knew he's the only dog in there.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
he's
funny.
here now, by the way. If you're listening to
Right.
this, like, there's a dog in here.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
German
He's
Shepherd.
gorgeous.
He's cool.
So-
He's cool.
When I start talking about the tone avoidance stuff, because that's stuff that most people have never heard of, that gets people to move up on their seat and they're listening like, what ninja voodoo crap are you talking about? They've heard of almost all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that part they've never heard of. I was resistant to it for a long time, but dude, it's crazy.
Well, that's what I loved. And I love the fact that you were talking about, and you and I talked about this after the conference or after the lecture, that you've evolved. What you did 20 years ago isn't necessarily what you're doing now. And that's
Shit,
what
5 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear as, and I consider myself a novice trainer. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear, well, this is how it was done 30 years ago and this is how it has to be done, because you're setting yourself up for failure. You know that way more than I do.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And that's the thing. Plus, too, man, you come to these, if you go to certain guys' classes in here, it's the same class it was, whatever, 20 years. I guess there's always new guys coming. So,
yeah, it was definitely worth my time coming down here. And I've known about Working Dog Radio, and I've known about you for quite some time. I've been following you, and our head trainer, as you know, comes down and works with you.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome to get some reinforcement and get some new ideas as well.
yeah, the guy he's talking about, Travis, has the Venom suit. You've seen that and he comes down
Oh,
every
yeah,
once in a
yeah.
while.
Okay. Yeah.
Real good decoy. He trains up under Sean Edwards.
Yeah.
He's a purple belt up there.
Shout out to Sean Deadpool.
Yeah. What I like the Deadpool decoy is you got to earn some shit there,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, Sean.
You get
Yeah.
Well, Sean's a BJJ guy as well, right?
He's
Yeah.
in that
Oh, yeah.
belt, I think, right?
I'm not sure what belt he is. That's what like you and I spoke. I'm a lifelong martial artist, and one of the things with the style I do and BJJ is you have to earn your belts. They
Yeah,
are
I
not
like it.
given. So, but I can. Canine Heroes for Heroes was started in January of 2021. In September of that same year, we've got our 501c3 status from the government, and that's when we really started the fundraising. So our mission is to provide service dogs to veterans and first responders at no cost to them. And a lot of times people ask me how I got into this. I'm not a veteran. I'm not a former police officer. I'm too long and too gray in the beard to do that now. But I spent some time at the Virginia Military Institute, and a lot of the guys I went to school with ended up serving. My father-in-law were all in the military as well, and my martial arts instructor is a retired police officer. So I have a passion and respect for anybody that's chosen to put on the uniform. So this is how I'm going to give back to that community, is by training service dogs, because I know what Loki does for me, and I have not been through what these veterans and first responders have been through. I see what it can do, and I want that for everybody else that's out there. I want them to have that peace of mind to live the life they used to live prior to whatever trauma they had. And it doesn't have to be combat related. I talk to so many people that have had trauma in and out of combat as well. So it's pretty awesome to see the transformation. And we brought up Travis. We partner with American Canine Dynamics to do our training because I still have a full-time day job. So the blessing with having Travis on board is they're a full-service kennel, and they're able to work with us as well. And it makes it so much easier. And like you and I were talking about with your conference, learning the new, the better, different ways of training. That's one of the things I love about Travis and his team at American Canine Dynamics. They're not static. They're looking for that new training method. What is better? What's going to work? And evolving with it. So that's why we started it. I collaborate with a lot of other nonprofit service dog companies, which makes it easier. I'm small. We're growing. I always tell people, I don't have to be the one to give you the dog, but I want you to have a dog. So if I get a call or an email or a message from a veteran that's in Texas or somewhere else, I'm able to steer them to some of the other larger nonprofits. A couple of the ones I work with are Mutts with a Mission out of Virginia, Forgotten Coast Canine out of Florida. And the blessing is when I started this, Mutts with a Mission reached out and said, how can we help? here's our application, change it and make it yours. He's like, why should
Oh,
you
wow.
start? Yeah,
Nice.
why should you start over? And it's been a huge help.
And we've had other 501s doing a similar thing that you guys are doing on the show before, and there is definitely no shortage.
Yeah, that's the one thing I tell people as well is, yeah, we're all competing for donations. We all want the donations, but there is such a demand and a need for service dogs out there that we could all stay busy. It's the fundraising, which has been a little difficult with the way the economy's going. People don't have as much disposable income as you would hope. But one of the benefits or blessings we have going on right now is we've got a fundraiser going on in honor of military working dog Benno. Benno was a 75th Ranger Regiment dog that was killed in Afghanistan.
Yeah, actually, Benno's handler, Trent.
Yep, Trent McDonald
is a personal friend of mine.
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
And Alicia's. And Trent's spent a lot of time in Oklahoma. His birthday was the other day, which was also the day that Benno died.
Yeah, the day Benno was killed.
Oh man, are you serious?
And he died on. Yeah, he died on Trent's birthday, which was just a. I mean, when I tell people the story, it's like, okay, I'm going to make you more sad now and let you know it was the handler's birthday.
But you know, in true, if anybody listening to this knows Trent personally, he doesn't want people to be upset about the dog dying, and he was like, you know, that's why he was there, and ultimately that's ultimately what that dog would have wanted.
Yep.
And so Trent was like, I don't remember that part of it,
which is good.
Yeah. So. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you know, Trent. I've known Trent for quite a while. Trent's a good dude. And,
oh, that's awesome! I didn't know that.
Yeah, Trent's a personal friend of Alicia.
He's been on.
Yeah, he's been on the podcast. Yeah, he's.
I must have missed that one. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that.
Yeah, he came on and he told some questionable stories about.
Yeah, you gotta go on.
Yeah, just go listen to it in true Trent fashion.
Yeah.
But no, he's doing well. But yeah, the that is. Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize that was you were doing that.
Yeah,
as well,
so if you go to any of our social media, and we'll talk about that, you can go click a link and it'll take you to the fundraiser. You can learn all about the story of Benno and what the fundraiser is. The ultimate goal is $15,000, which is honestly kind of small for the price of a dog.
Yeah.
You guys know what it costs to train a service dog.
Yeah.
But every $3,000, if you donate a minimum of $50, you get put in for that milestone's raffle item. And
cool.
The very first raffle item is called Into the Breach. I'm sure you're probably familiar with that picture. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So the artist donated the picture.
Oh crap!
So
there you go.
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
I'm just mad I can't win it.
I actually have.
Do you have it?
I have an Into the Breach that belongs to Trent that he gave me.
Didn't it used to be in the background sometimes on their episodes? Wasn't it your background?
Yes, it was
I
for a
think so.
while.
For a while, yeah.
And it's hanging in my kennel now. It still belongs to him, and if he ever wants it back, he can have it. But
Yeah.
I mean, but it's hanging in my kennel now in my office. But,
Yeah, I'm going to have to order myself one. The artist is an amazing individual as well. He's actually sent me several prints that
That's
he's
nice.
done.
That's cool. So how'd you know this is what you want to do? This part of providing dogs for vets.
Well, the love for veterans and first responders, and then probably 10 years or so ago, I started working with a handler to learn how to train my own dog. And that just sparked the passion and the love for these dogs. And then I watched the transformation in myself by working with the dog prior to Loki. And then now Loki. Loki is strictly a service dog, and he's the face of the business. I tell people, you'll see Loki doing things that a normal service dog doesn't, you know, the crazy focused heel and things of that nature. But I do that because I want to spark that conversation. I want people coming over and, hey, what are you all about? And then I can talk about our mission and why we're doing it. So it was the combination of love of dogs and love of this country and our veterans.
All right, one of the largest conferences in the country, HITS Canine Training Conference. It's America's premier canine training seminar, packed to the brim with the world's best instructors, and me and Eric, all covering important topics. There is no better place to learn and no better place to network with other handlers, breeders, trainers, and vendors. HITS 2023 is being held in Scottsdale, Arizona. I hear they have at the hotel, they have like this super high-end shopping outside, and I think you can go surfing in the desert, which I'm super looking forward to. Anyway, Scottsdale, Arizona, August 15th to the 18th. So hurry up and register now to save a spot and make sure you get a room. We'll see everybody there. Largest law enforcement training conference in the world. Tons of training classes, lots of training topics for everybody and everything. Hours included, and more network opportunities. Be sure to hit up Jeff Barrett at 529-5113, hits K9, letter K number 9.net, and at hits_K9 and all of your socials.
One of the best relationships we have in this podcast and in this industry is with the great people down at Kinetic Dog Food. The story of Kinetic Performance Dog Food is pretty simple. They wanted to make a better premium dog food for the dogs that need it the most. Their goal is to give every working and sporting dog a higher energy level, better performance, and better overall health through superior nutrition. So they formulated a line of food based on what they considered to be the optimal profile of a performance dog. They've done tons of research on this. This isn't their first rodeo. These guys know what they're doing. If you're a kennel, they will come to your kennel. They will see the problems that you have. They will check out what works for the dogs that you have. They're amazing people to work with. They drop ship a pallet right to you if you want. I know a lot of guys that use them. There's a bunch of different formulas on there, and 32K might not be for your dogs. Maybe the 26K works. They can adjust it. They'll give you the right ideas what to do in different parts of the year. Winter's different than summer. It's really a well-run, good dog food company. KineticDogFood.com. Be sure to check them out on social media too, man. They're amazing folks. KineticDogFood.com. So my entire time that I was a handler or a trainer in law enforcement, the cars at my department, in the departments that I trained, all had American aluminum accessory kennels in the cars. Different cars, man. Dodge Chargers, all Ford models, some Chevys, SUVs, cars, everything. We loved American aluminum accessories. It's a great product, a great company. They've been serving canine law enforcement community for over 20 years. If you check out their website, EZ, that's the letter Z, EZRiderOnline.com. They got testimonials. They got videos on how to. They got a list of everything they have. Just today, we made a post on the Working Dog Radio social media showing a dog that survived a really bad crash because of the American aluminum kennel in the back of the car. Check them out online, guys. EZRiderOnline.com. Just let them do their thing, man. Whatever car you got for your work, your patrol car, get a hold of them, American Aluminum Accessories, and get the best in the business.
Next up comes training courses online from our friends down at Highland Canine Training, Jason and Aaron Ferguson. So in the post-Rona world, training budgets have been getting cut. People aren't going to be able to travel, whether it be instructors or they be canine handlers and supervisors going somewhere else for training. So Highland has announced a lot of online training courses. One of those that sticks out to me is their police supervisor canine course. And it's no secret that one of the problems with canine tends to be some of the supervision issues. This course is specifically designed for administrators and covers utilization as well as liability and FLSA issues. The course can be taken at your convenience, and you'll receive a certificate of completion at the end. When you go to Tactical Police Canine Training, that's letter K number 9, training.com, and use the discount code WDR30, you'll get 30% off of that course.
Yeah, Loki's a pretty sweet, good-looking dog.
I appreciate it.
I like it.
Hey, you said he came from
Mike Diehl.
Yeah, who's also been on the podcast.
Yeah. I listened to the Diehl podcast and yours.
So
funny
shout out to
story
Mike.
is we were heading down. Geez, where was I? I was heading down somewhere. Pulled off at a random rest stop because I had to use the restroom. Go in to get something to drink, and there's Mike Diehl. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm in a random rest stop in Indiana, and I run across Mike.
Yeah.
And phenomenal individual as well.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have dealt with him in different ways, like getting police dogs, getting these types of dogs, getting other kind of service dogs, getting sport dogs from him. You know, a lot of sport dogs. He's pretty deeply involved in the dog stuff.
And it was nice to know the caliber of dog that I was getting. You know, it wasn't some random puppy mill. It was came highly recommended, and went down there and did the little testing to see which one I wanted. And of course, anytime I'm ready for a dog and I'm getting a Diehl dog, I always put the deposit down so I can get the pick of the litter.
You know, that's a huge deal on the service dog side, or I say the working dog side in general, whether they're a service dog, a police service dog, a military working dog, or even a search and rescue dog, or even like a therapy dog. The training is not cheap.
No.
Police dog training, search and rescue training, service dog training, whatever. The training is not cheap. And while I have a ton of respect for people that do the service dog training work, And while it's a feel good story to like take dogs out of shelters and all that kind of stuff, you have an unknown amount of time, and with the amount of work it takes and the amount of bond that service dog handlers have with the animal, it makes me really uncomfortable, like pulling dogs from unknown backgrounds.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. We get that asked often. Do we take shelter?
I mean,
dogs?
people have their hearts in the right place, and I get it, and they do, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, and there are people that their service dog company is they go get shelter dogs, and that's great, and I'm glad they do it. I want these shelter dogs to have a home, but we want to start out from a puppy, as you said. That way, I know the background. I know everything that dog is going to go through or even has been through, and we also aren't going to take somebody's existing pet dog.
That's a lot.
We looked into that, and it's, again, you're asking for potential issues, and we want to put the best quality dogs out in the field that we can.
Our buddy, we've had him on the podcast before too, KD Matthews he's in Florida, right? Yeah, he pops up, and he's, first of all, he's super well spoken and like charismatic, and he's super funny. But he about a year ago, he was like, he said, what would your reaction be if I told you that selection on service dogs is just as important as it is on police dogs? And I'm like, yeah, 100%. Like, those dogs have to be super environmentally sound, like even more than police dogs, and have to be exposed to all kinds of crazy shit. And I mean, that stuff, like, sometimes if they have a genetic predisposition to being averse to that, there's no amount of training that's going to overcome that.
Definitely. The day after I got Loki, we were in Walmart.
Yeah.
Right. You know, he has been on airplanes. He's been the Strip of Vegas, up and down escalators, elevators. He's even been around some gunfire, fireworks. Because, like you said, he needs to be sound. He can't be skitsy. And this conference is helping as well, because there's several other dogs. I was out talking to some individuals, and there's a Malinois on each side of Loki, and he's just basically laying there going, I don't care.
Yeah, they don't mean nothing.
Yeah, so
it doesn't matter.
It's been a blessing to be able to be here as well, and I can't thank Joe for allowing us to come down as well. And I've got to throw this out there. Anook Shook, who is the dog food we use, they actually sponsored us to be here today. So
cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
they're good folks over there. So, listen, you're a little bit different than some of the folks you're going to get because you're doing a lot of training with your dog. How has that part helped you, like, in your personal mental journey?
Yeah, that's a great question. One of the things it's done for me is allowed me to curtail my emotions. I'm Italian. Yeah. You know, we're emotional individuals.
Dude, you're barely moving your hands here.
It's taking everything I've got not to move around because I'm afraid I'm going to smack the microphone.
Right.
You know, it's a funny side story is when I was a kid, we went to New York to see the family, and all the adults went into the city, and we stayed with my aunt. My aunt didn't speak English. We didn't speak Italian.
Wow.
It's a good thing Italian use their hands, or we wouldn't have had a clue.
Yeah.
But it's helped me curtail my emotions, because you guys know way better than I do. You cannot be emotional with a dog.
Right.
They're going to feel it. They're going to sense it, and you're not going to get the reaction that you want. So it's actually helped tremendously in that, and it's also helped me not just in emotions but physical cues. You were talking about, got to stop saying the dumb end of the leash. Yeah. I like this book I read, and I can't, forgive me if I don't remember the author, is Other End of the Leash. It was just as it travels down the leash, because you guys know they can pick up the most minuscule cue, whether we meant to do it or not. And again, that's what you want a service dog to do, is pick up that minuscule cue so they can react in the way they're trained.
Yeah, and when you're with them enough, they like I was talking about, the longer you spend doing things correctly, that symbiotic relationship where the dog knows when you move towards them to move away, or what you're doing, that you pivot, they pivot, that type of thing. It takes time, and it takes consistency and work. But I think it probably, if guys got a dog, and from your organization, they could do things they actually were surprised that they would even like.
Absolutely. And that's we want that comfort to go back out in public, or whatever their issue is. And you hate saying issue, but it's an issue. It's something they need to overcome. Maybe it's just going out in public.
Yeah, that's probably, I bet I see that a lot.
Yeah.
I bet you see that. The going out in public thing would be definitely a big one.
One of the simple tasks that we put upon the dog is a block or a cover. So maybe they're in the checkout line, put the dog in a cover behind them, so they know, hey, my back is good.
Yeah.
Or in the front in a block, they know they're good. So it's something as simple as that can allow them to feel that comfort.
Feel it, yeah.
I mean, I feel it. Weird story. Here, I'm using the restroom. Loki's in a cover. Nobody's coming behind me.
Right,
Not
yeah.
that anybody's going to do that here, but
Yeah, but you feel better about it.
I feel
right?
much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that comfort that I see every day. And at the end of the day, when the vest is off and he's just chilling with me, being a dog, almost at the end of every day, head's on my lap, I'm sitting on the floor with him, and it's just a peace of mind that I got. Now here, I've left his vest off so that people can love on him and he can be a dog.
Yeah.
But he knows when the vest is on, he's working and nobody pets him.
Oh, he likes to get pets. I know that.
Yeah, he does.
He will put his face in your hand.
His face or his butt.
Oh,
you
no.
can
Well,
back
I
that
don't
butt
know.
in there and he
I'll
wants it
scratch an ass.
scratched. Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. So we're building the website right now.
Yes.
K9heroes4heroes.com. That's when do you think that'll be launched?
Probably in the next couple months.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
So-
take your time. Get it
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Just like putting quality dogs out there, I want to put a worthwhile website out there. We already secured the name K9heroesforheroes.com, so we're
Yeah.
good there.
My original website looked like I made it with a potato. It's
I can imagine if you did it,
Yeah,
it
it
probably
was
looked
so
like
bad.
fucking
Yeah.
1995. You made it when Clinton was in office,
right.
didn't you? Yeah,
I typed everything with my left hand too. It was so janky. And the current iteration of the website isn't that great either, but we barely use it. So I'm looking at your business card here. So we got the Instagram.
Yep.
And we got Facebook.
And we have LinkedIn, which is not on there as well.
Nice.
And LinkedIn is honestly where we get most of our traction.
Oh, okay.
So LinkedIn, just to give you an example, we have over 10,000 followers.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Facebook, under 2,000. Instagram, under 700. And the same content on all three platforms. But it's LinkedIn, I think, for the nature of the business, is why it is the way it is. We get a lot of engagement. I have met a lot of people. We're going to start a Kansas City chapter. My vice president found me through LinkedIn, loved what we were doing. Her husband's a veteran, and she said, how can I be involved? Loki and I just got back from Kansas City a couple weeks ago.
Cool.
Yeah, we flew out there. It was Veterans Community Project was putting on what they called Veteran Engagement Day. Mm-hmm. So Loki and I went out there to talk about service dogs.
Yep, and I didn't look at the Instagram yet, but make sure because our businesses run through social media engagement right now. Reels.
Yeah,
make reels,
I've
make
heard
videos.
that as well.
Reels. It will blow up the numbers you have on there because that's what Instagram is pushing on their algorithm. Facebook for us is still pictures. Still seem to do pretty good. The videos, the music doesn't transfer over from Facebook or Instagram to Facebook, even though they own it. But Instagram, it's reels.
Okay. LinkedIn, I have found out pictures work better.
Pictures, yeah.
Other than people love videos of Loki running on the treadmill.
Yeah.
We
Dude,
did
make little slow motion reels of that thing.
That's
put
a good idea. I
Put
haven't
a
done slow
little
motion.
music on that thing on the reels. It'll blow up. We talked about martial arts. The jiu-jitsu place I go to, I've been kind of guiding him a little bit on some of his social media stuff, and he told me, he goes, dude, the engagement on the reels is quadruple what pictures we're getting.
I'll have to check that out.
And 30 seconds, a minute, and there's apps you can use to make the reels and things like that. But videos on Instagram, pictures on Facebook, post every day if you can, or close to every day if you can. That way you stay in the front of it.
And that's what I do. And it seems to be working, again, especially on LinkedIn. But it was funny, this morning we were on the treadmill at the hotel's gym. And people are coming up. I've never seen that. Can I take a picture?
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they think it's so hard to get them to do it. Yeah. Okay, think that way.
Yeah, it's not. It makes me look good.
Yeah, and you're like me. I'm just using human treadmills, guys. You do not need to go buy a slat mill, or if you got the money, go for it. But I just buy them off of Craigslist for $75, or family members that, like we were saying, using it as a coat rack.
Yeah,
those are always available. So my pet facility, I have 6 or 7 and 3 in reserve, waiting for those to break so we can move them out. So on Instagram, it's K9H4H. K9 for H. K9H4H.
Yep.
And then Facebook is K9 Heroes for Heroes.
LinkedIn is the same as Facebook.
LinkedIn is the same as Facebook. Guys, go give them a follow. There's ways on there to donate. That's on there. Everything is clickable these days.
Yep.
Get on there and help these guys out. We're trying to really get them going. They're doing like really, really good work, and
I
we're trying
appreciate
to get them going. And Travis, the guy that's like their head trainer, I
Yes.
guess would
Yeah,
be.
he's our head trainer.
Dude, this is the nicest guy. Man.
Yeah.
He is the nicest guy. He's got some sweet tattoos. Oh, he's got one on his head, big ass one on his head and his neck, and you'd be like, what are you, a street gang guy? He's the nicest dude, man.
Yeah, you don't expect that, seeing a guy all
No.
tatted up
Yeah.
like that, to just be the salt of the earth.
Yeah, I expect him to be like Ted and I, nasty shit. Like, I got it. That makes sense.
Meanwhile, I almost got in a fight with a teenager at Rite Aid this
Right,
morning.
yeah.
You think you could have won?
So is
Oh yeah,
healing is healing the motto?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Travis actually came up with that
That's
motto.
nice. Healing with 2 E's and healing with an E and an A.
Yeah.
Healing is healing. That's pretty good.
yeah.
So Canine Heroes for Heroes. Thanks, man, for taking some time.
I appreciate you allowing me to come on your podcast.
And isn't it cool, guys? If you listen, you did not hear Loki make a sound. He's been just chilling.
Nah, he's sitting over there. I saw his ears poke up over the table once, but other than that, yeah.
We must have said ball or something. Who knows, man? So, anyways, thanks for coming on, bud.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much, guys.
Thanks.
All right, we love the Perkinsons down in North Carolina at Highland Canine Training. They are great people, great trainers. They got a good business model. They're awesome folks. We've been with them for a long time. They're also super smart, and they understand that a lot of agencies are struggling to have manpower, so they're not sending people away for training. You guys have been there. You know, you put in, denied, lack of manpower. So they've created an online course section of their website, tacticalpolicek9training.com. You get on there under training, the online course. But here's the best thing is they offer a supervisor, canine supervisor course, which we know a lot of police canine supervisors don't get to go to training. They don't know as much as they should. Right here online, the course discusses topics such as proper selection of dogs and handlers, proper deployment, effective allocation and utilization, as well as liability and the FLSA issues, which we know is where all the legal stuff comes from, interdepartmental. The course can be taken at your convenience, and you will receive a certificate of completion at the end. They're offering an amazing discount, guys. 30% off using the discount code WDR30. It's a no-brainer. If you're a police supervisor and you guys have manpower issues and you can't go, get on tacticalpolicek9training.com under the training tab. Get on that supervisor's course, man. I'm telling you, it's a smart decision.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break for just a second and talk about Dogtra, one of our favorite sponsors. Dogtra's been committed for over 20 years to crafting dog training e-collars to perfect and precise fit and finish, intuitive design, and accountable performance. The Dogtra 1900S e-collar is one of my favorites, and it demonstrates what they strive for, an ultimate dog training tool that is durable, dependable, and designed for the most demanding conditions, which I can attest to because I tear stuff up frequently. My favorite is the 1900S Black and the 1900S Hands-Free, which I use all the time. Check it out at dogtra.com. Be sure to use the discount code WDR10 for 10% off any single item over $200. That includes the 1900 and the 1900 Black.
It's no secret that we love Ray Allen Canine Equipment. We use their products every single day. The mission statement says it all: to be a world leader in quality and innovation of professional canine equipment for police, military, Schutzhund, and ring sport, to exceed our customers' expectations and deliver on time every time at a fair price. We full-heartedly believe they've held to that, since it is our go-to one-stop shop for everything canine. Not everything canine alone, guys, dogs in general. If you train dogs, if you have a dog, everything you need for dog or canine, check out Ray Allen Canine Manufacturing, rayallencanine.com. Use the discount code WDR10 for 10% off.
Super excited to have American Aluminum Accessories on board with us here at the podcast. These guys manufacture a wide variety of products, from high-quality cam locker toolboxes to an extensive line of products designed to meet the ever-changing needs of the law enforcement community. Around 1992, due to the demand for safe and secure transport for a local law enforcement agency's canine unit, they introduced the very first in-vehicle Easy Rider canine container. So it was basically what we now call just our inserts. They have continuously grown and expanded the products, catering to the needs and the wants of their valued customers and high-profile clientele, and catering specifically to law enforcement. Over the years, as the needs have changed for law enforcement, they've evolved and expanded the products to include inmate transport systems, the canine training aids, which I use quite a bit of. Canine inserts, every one of my guys has one of those things. And if you're not even have to be in law enforcement, I have several friends that are civilians that work lots of dogs that have the inserts put into their cars too. So if you got one that fits, you can do it. They also do contraband and animal control systems, just to name a few. So be sure to hit them up. The website is Easy Rider Online. So that's the letter E, the letter Z as in zebra, rideronline.com. If you're looking for them on Instagram and Facebook, it's American Aluminum Accessories. Feel free to hit them up there too.
So our first and oldest sponsor that's been with us from the beginning is Arno out at ALM, out there in Las Vegas area. Arno is a great dude. He makes great stuff for police work and sport work, suits, tugs. I'm telling you right now, his tugs are the best in the business. You can't get any better. Multiple colors. I buy boxes of them from him, give them out to everybody. I've got a bite suit from him. Love it. I've had it for a little over 3 years, and it's holding up like a champ. Ted's got a suit that he's had forever from ALM. We wouldn't go anywhere else, man. We love it. Arno is such a good dude. His ALMK9equipment.com is the website. Get on there. He's got pre-made suits. He can do custom suits based on your measurements. He's got stuff already made up. If you kind of get a kind of generic large size, maybe for everybody, the colors he has, man, is really cool. He can put a lot of stuff on those suits. Check him out, ALMK9equipment.com, and use the discount code WD Radio for 10% off.
Running a kennel is one of those things that I always worry about is cleanliness and safety of dogs. And it seems like it's an ever-changing issue, being able to house dogs and move things around, everything else. So the guys at Horizon Structure make this as easy as possible. Literally, the only thing you have to do is have water and power hookups, and they deliver it, and you can put dogs in that day. And comes on a trailer. They just drop it off. You plug it in, put dogs in it, and you're ready to rock. You keep them clean, you keep them safe, you keep them cool in the summer and warm in the wintertime. And it's completely custom. You can go complete mild to wild. I've seen some that were stainless steel all the way from top to bottom on the inside. And then I've seen some for a bulldog breeder that, had smaller gates because those things can't jump. So if you reach out to them, they're sitting there waiting for you to call and help you through the custom design process. They have everything from 2 dog ones up to, I want to say like 18 or 20. It's a lot you can put a lot of dogs, indoor, outdoor runs. So anything you've ever dreamed of, they've got it, have done it, or can do it. So they've taken all the guesswork out of building it. Everything is pre-done to your specifications, and it's assembled, dropped off, boom, you're ready to rock. Things are amazing. Rigney has one. We've had him on the show a couple of times. Go check out his Instagram, and you can see he's posted it up there before. Go look Horizon up at Horizon Structures, spelled out. On the internet, it's horizonstructures.com, and you're going to look for the link in there that says commercial dog kennels, or give them a call, 888-447-4337. They'd love to talk to you and get you started on the way.